Hey, what's up, guys? Gangsta Jeweler here. I know it's been a minute, and I know you guys. I remember I told you guys that we were trying to move, but unfortunately, the people that were going to buy our property, that deal fell through. So, damn. So we're back to square one again. So your boy's not moving yet, but hopefully sometime maybe this year we'll be moving. But at any rate, today we are working on, and you know what, I just realized, there we go, we are working on a big ass Figaro. They only want $299. That's all they want, guys. But that is a big ass lobster claw glass. That normally would be about a $250, $300 class right there. But we're going to see if we can save them some money. First of all, we got to get this tape off of here. We're going to see if we got a spring. If I don't have one laying around, we're going to make one. And if you haven't seen my video on how to make a spring for your lobster claw clasp, need to check that out. We need to get this tag off of here too. Where is my, there we go. Let's get this tag off here, because we're gonna have to cut it off, unfortunately. Yeah, the spring is done. The spring is a goner. Now I'm going to, here's what we're going to do. Let's go ahead and open this up. And what you're going to do is you need to just grab you a pick or some kind of something that you can squeeze in there. And you want to push to open that up. And we did not open that up enough. I need another pick here. Now, a lot of the dishonest jewelers, what they would do is they would open this up, change the spring, and then still charge them $300 for a new clasp. I've seen that shit happen all the time. There we go. Now we got it out of there. But yeah, I've seen, oh shit, we dropped it. Pulled too hard and dropped it. Yeah, where'd you go? Where'd you go? Where did you go? Well, I know it's around here somewhere. Alright guys, I'm gonna pause the video, find that piece, and we'll be right back. Alright, we're back. I found it. I was staring straight at it. As soon as I paused the video, I found it was sitting right there in front of me. Camera was just blocking my view. But here is the clasp part. Here's our inner part, and you can see that spring is definitely done. So let's go ahead and get that out of there. And then what I want to do is I want to see if I already have a spring. I might have a spring that already fitted. If I don't, we'll make one. Where is... There they are. Tweezers. We need those. But I might have a spring, maybe. I don't know for 100%. But like I said, if I don't, we'll make one. If I don't, we will definitely make one. I'm going to hold on to that class for a second. Alright, I got one clasp here that I might have that we might have a spring in, maybe. That could possibly work on that. No. That spring ain't gonna work. Well, it looks like we might have to make one, guys. And if that's the case, it's not a big issue. If we gotta make one, that's what we'll do. Alright, well. Next step. Make us a Alright, let's go ahead and cut this off there. So we are going to make ourselves a spring, and we're using guitar string, and you want to use the number 3 string or the number 2 string. So not the bottom one, but the second to the bottom or the third to the bottom, preferably the third from the bottom. Preferably. Alrighty. And I don't have to make springs very often, so sometimes I forget, because you gotta have the You got to have the bottom going the right direction, and sometimes I forget. Let's see, that would be the right side. Awesome. Awesome. All right, let's turn this thing around a little bit. I wonder, that might be, I might have to make that a little bigger, maybe. Alright, so we got our loop for our spring there. This is the bottom part. Hold on, let me see if I can hold it till it quits twisting. So that would be the bottom part that goes into the class there, right there. And then you need to make sure this back part is long enough, because if you cut it too short, then it's going to fall out the back of the lobster claw class. So we're going to make it a little extra long here. I always like to start a little extra long, and then if you got to cut some more off, we can. Alright, let's see. Let's grab our clasp here now, see if this is even going to work. I may have made this too small. I don't know for sure just yet. Damn it. I think we might have made that bottom part too small. Yep, I think we made that bottom part a little too small. Let me see if I can wrap it around a little more, maybe. That sucks. I think we made that a little too small. Yep. Let me see some pliers here. Yeah, we're gonna have to start over. Dang it. Alright. We need to make that back end way bigger. Much, much bigger. I have to make that back in a lot bigger. But we'll hold on to that spring because that'll work for another clasp if we have one. So if I make one and it just ain't the right size, I put it in my little pile there, because it can always be used for another class, so don't throw them away. You do not want to throw them away. There we go. We got us a big enough one now. Got us a big enough one now. Alright, let's go ahead and cut that off. So that's going to be our bottom piece there. We're going to go ahead and cut one off here. Like I said, you always want to cut it, make it a little bit longer than you need. Let's set that in the drawer for a few. And let's see what we got now, guys. So this is going to be our bottom piece. So you want to get the bottom in first. Oh yeah, that's plenty long enough now. Bottom piece first, like that. Then we need to pull this up like that. Nice, locked in. We got us a spring, guys. Now what I need to see is if that back part's going to be too long for the So now what we need to do is go ahead and slide it in here. Pop it in there. Then you might have to use some a pick or something to push it up, back up into its slot. Now that thing's like stuck. There we go. There we go. Let me see if we can't get it to... Nope. So what we're trying to do is get it to pull up into place, because right now it doesn't want to for some reason. And I don't know if it's maybe because I got that back part too long for the class there. Hold on, let's go ahead and get this thing out of here. Let's get this out of there real quick. If we can get it out of there. Come on, get it out of there. Come on, get out of there. No, I don't want to come out. There we go, finally. Alright, what we need to do is open this up a little bit more on this side. We'll just put our pick through there to open it up a little bit. And try this again. Alright, we got it locked in place there. Once you got it in place, you need to go ahead and crimp the sides down with a pair of pliers like this. And once it's in there, make sure you get it crimped really good, because if not, it'll just slip right back out. There you go. And let's give it a test run. Hell yeah, look at that. Snaps right back. Right back. Perfect. And we just saved them a shit ton of money. Instead of 300 bucks, that's 30 bucks. So we took a zero off the end for them. Look at that. Snaps right back. Hear that? Snaps right back. Perfect. Alright guys. We didn't have a class, but we went ahead and made one. So let's go ahead and clean this up a little bit now. We just saved them a shit ton of money. That's a big ass lobster claw class. Alright guys, so we got our new clasp in there, or new class, new spring. But at any rate guys, I'm gonna go drop this into ultrasound. I'm gonna go polish her up. We'll come back, look at the finished product guys. We'll be right back. Alright guys, we are back with that chain. As you can see, we got the, let me find the clasp here. So we got the clasp all nice, clean and polished. We got shit all over it already. Get some of that stuff off of there. But nice, clean, polished. Got the whole chain looking good, man. Damn, look at that. But we were able to save them a shit ton of money. That's a $300 clasp right there. And we were able to fix it for 30 bucks. So I try to save people money when I can. You can't always do it, but try to when I can. But this is the Gangsta Jeweler guys. Yeah, and see that spring is nice, and see how that snaps back. Well, this is Gangsta Jeweler guys. If you would like to subscribe, that would be fantastic. If you'd like to leave a tip or donation, the link for that will be down in the description. Although it's not required, just helps the channel grow and show some love. Also, if you would like to buy this chain is going to be at on Blanding Boulevard at Money Miser. So go over there, talk with them. I know they got it listed for, I think, $2,200 something. Talk to Henry or Mike over there. I'm sure they'll work a deal out with you. They're always willing to negotiate to some degree. Then again, I can't say for 100%. I can't speak for them. I don't know how long this chain's been out there in their case and stuff. So, but talk to Henry and Mike over at Money Miser. This will be on Blanding Boulevard if you'd like to buy it. It's solid. It's not hollow. It's a hell of a chain. This is definitely one I would want. But at any rate, this is Gangsta Jeweler. Like, subscribe. If you're looking to buy jewelry in the Jacksonville area, check out Money Miser, which I had already mentioned where this chain come from. If you're looking to buy jewelry online, though, I highly recommend Stellar Jewelry, which I'll have the link for that down in the description. Also, if you would, let's see, if you'd like to check out my Kick or Twitch live reaction streams, I'll have the link for those down in the description as well. But those are more like reaction type streams, and then I also have another YouTube channel, but that's more my reaction channel. But if you want to check those out, I'll have the link for those down in the description. And I think that about covers everything, guys. Oh, also, if you'd like for me to do your repairs, you can check out my Etsy shop, which I'll have the link for that down in the description, and I'll most likely make a video of me doing your repairs. But this is the Gangsta Jeweler. I appreciate you guys watching. And if you got a class that you're missing the or spring's messed up, and change the spring. Now, like I said in my previous video, don't be a dickhead and change the spring and then charge for a new class. Don't do it. That shit will come back to bite you in the ass eventually, because karma is a bitch. So don't do it. If you change the spring, charge her for a spring. Now, there is cases where you're not going to have a spring, or maybe you can't make a spring for it, and you do have to order a new class. Or say on this lobster claw, say the handle off the back of the latch is missing, or say the top part here is broken, half of it's missing, then you got to order a new class. You have no choice. You can't change the spring. So there is going to be instances where you're going to not be able to change the spring. But if the whole class was intact in there and you can change the spring, don't charge for a new class. But this is Gangsta Jeweler, guys. I appreciate you guys watching, and I will see you guys on the next one. Take care, y'all.